everybody, welcome to the Scott Show. We have done, I think this is the fourth show we've done so far today. I'm sitting here on a Thursday morning here in the Scott Show offices, but I did want to get on here and talk a little bit about NWA Power, and this was NWA Power Episode 3. It was already filmed last month, beginning of this month. It was the 30th and the 1st, I think. But I wanted to get on here and talk about how cool the show is, how much I like watching NWA Power at 6:05. It's actually 5:05 here in the Central Time Zone. I want to give a big-time shout-out to Jim Cornette, who is the absolute best when it comes to announcing. I just love listening to the guy. And yes, I do subscribe to the Jim Cornette drive-thru and the experience, and am a Cult Cornette member. I have the certificate. So there's that. Whatever. I just like the show. So NWA Power, I want to give a lot of shout-outs here to different performers, including Aaron Stevens. However, I want to specify that with Mr. Stevens, I am not giving eye contact because I actually was doing dishes at my work when I was listening to his promo. So I do want to say I am following the rules, and the no eye contact rule is still in play. I want to give another shout out to Josephus, who is just a great wrestler altogether, just entertaining as all hell. And the commercial for the spiritual advisor, who I always thought was just amazing. I mean, this lady's just got it all. Doesn't even speak and just gets your mind into everything. The spiritual advisor, visible hair cream. If you guys have not seen this commercial, check it out. I'm sure it's on YouTube. I'm sure it's everywhere else. It is very entertaining. I don't know who the spiritual advisor is. They have been very careful to talk about who exactly it is, but I am just ecstatic that the spiritual advisor is back on NWA Power. It's awesome. So I was waving my hands and having a lot of fun with that because it's the spiritual advisor. I mean, you guys can get a little bit of awakening with invisible hair cream. And I think it even said something about invisible voice cream, which I thought was funny too. So, big time. Lots of props to very old school commercials. They don't have to have commercials because, of course, they're on YouTube. And it's free, so it was just great. And I just have to make that point. Seeing Colt Cabana on there as James Storm was kind of a letdown, but seeing Storm come out and with the whole Josephus thing and Anderson, and hopefully that goes somewhere. I really like the stories that they're building. I like that they had the Dawsons come out, say, hey, we're going to beat people up, and end up being Eli Drake and former NWA World Heavyweight Champion Tim Storm. So that was cool. I want to see where they're building for these this big pay-per-view that they have going on. If they're building to a really great pay-per-view, I'd like to see them maybe do something over Thanksgiving to give somebody else the national championship if the plan is to put James Storm in the title hunt. I want to see good stories. I thought I saw good stories with this. I'm not a huge fan of Marty Bell, but she showed up and did her thing. Caleb Conley, another interesting kind of character. Really not super sold on him. Hey, I love Trevor Murdoch. Ricky Starks is starting to kind of grow on me. Aaron Stevens, of course, is just an amazing dude. So you have talent there, use it, and you have so far. The Dawsons, I mean, just, come on, they're amazing. Seeing Colt Cabana on there was cool. Seeing all these other people on there were cool. Anderson. Josephus, I just think that he got so much going on. And if Crimson comes back with him, I can see a lot of great things happening there too. So I'm excited for NWA Power. The last person I have to give a shout out to, three more maybe. First one is to the champ, Nick Aldis, who looks like a champ, is a champ, and just amazing dude. So the second person I have to give a shout out to in this little round is Camille, who walks and talks, she doesn't talk, but she definitely walks like a superstar, and an insurance policy, which I thought was really cool. And the third person who gets a thumbs up and a big time shout out is Joe Galley. A great announcer. Working with Jim Cornette, I'm really kind of cool with that. But his thing with Camille is still, I'm kind of wondering where that's going to go. And I'm kind of excited to see where it's going to go. So, we'll just see. And that's how NWA Power works. It's an hour-long show. It's a great show. Atlanta is booming. They do have Into the Fire. It is a pay-per-view coming up on, I think it's December the 1st. So I will check that out and see where we're at. But got to give a shout out to NWA Power. Wanted to do that here live on the show. Did it, done it, good. And we'll see you guys here very soon on the ScottShow.com.